Hi, this is Phillip Day from the Campaign for Truth in Medicine, and you're listening to Up Close and Personal for March of 2009. Well, it's great to come to you from a different location. We're in Cairns, northern Queensland, and what a tour it's been so far. We've had to contend with fires, floods, earthquakes, shark attacks, Cyclone Hamish, and now in Cairns, dengue fever. It's like the trials of Hercules. But we're having a great time. We're about halfway through the tour, and I will list out the remaining dates of the tour before we're done, so that if you've not caught up with the latest, then come along, and it'll be great to see you. Right, this month's bulletin, here are the main points. Chronic fatigue syndrome, we've been coming across a lot of this, and the way of approaching chronic fatigue syndrome is first of all to find out if there are any stress events, because generally what we're looking at is extreme stress over a period of time, which has caused a burnout in the immune system. And this is the reason why doctors for many years used to treat it as yuppie flu or just plain malingering, because they weren't aware of the biophysical aspects of what they were looking at. So if somebody's been under extreme stress for a period of months, even years, this will have an extremely deleterious effect on their immune system, which has been put into fight or flight over a period of time. And so we can expect to see that the thoughts affecting the biochemistry in a very real way. So it's very important for the stress to be dealt with, because when the best will in the world, you can change your diet out and take all the supplements, but if the stress is still active, if the trigger is still there, then you're going to continue to get the problem. So we have a section on chronic fatigue. We're also revisiting vitamin C. There's been a huge amount written about vitamin C over the years, and most people are not really clear about it. The whole point is this: vitamin C is one of the body's tremendous antioxidants, and it is used. It's one of the basics of life. When we look at how people get stressed and then get sick, this is because stress draws down large amounts of vitamin C in the body, because when you're stressed out, your body is making adrenaline, and when the body makes adrenaline, it sacrifices vitamin C as the catalyst. So it's important that we're getting a lot of C-rich foods, because unlike most mammals, we cannot make vitamin C in our bodies. So the only source of vitamin C that we can get is dietary, and of course heat destroys vitamin C. So if you're cooking your meals, then there's going to be a problem there too. The white, the pink and the blue, this is to do with sugar, and of course the sweetener alternatives are every bit as bad. So I've been coming across lots of people who have sugar fixations, and they're willing to do and say just about everything to keep that addiction going. And this is at the heart of rotten teeth, not least, overweight, but a lot of other serious metabolic issues as well. We've also got an article in this month's bulletin showing that vitamin deficiency underlines tooth decay and leads, of course, after that to heart disease. Cancer, a cautionary tale. In fact, those of you in the UK who want to come and attend my annual cancer seminar, it's on May the 9th, on Saturday, May the 9th. It's to be held at the Ramada Hotel in Hollingbourne, just outside Maidstone, right next door to Leeds Castle. An absolutely beautiful scene there. So do come down for the weekend. If you have cancer, or you want to come down for a loved one, or you just want to attend to find out what the latest news is on cancer and how it can be defeated nutritionally and with lifestyle changes, then pop along. You'll see in the left-hand column of this bulletin, you can get the tickets already, and that's on May the 9th. May the 9th. We will be rolling out, later on in the year, we will be rolling out an online presentation on cancer, which will be a 20-minute summary, which we're going to do globally. In fact, for those of you who have already seen the Simple Changes seminar, we're going to be doing quite a few extra seminars, mostly on disease points. So we can do 15 to 20 minutes on diabetes, 15 to 20 minutes on heart disease, depression, cancer, the main areas that people are really having the problems with. Peter Prosser's got an amazing testimony about his family and their battle against cancer, which you can read. I won't give it away. And also the World Cancer Research Fund, one of the only cancer charities that I actually support, has produced information and evidence showing that cancer incidence can be cut by up to 90% if we just change a few simple things about how we're living. So it's one thing, of course, to treat cancer once you have it, but it's quite another to know how to combat it before it actually occurs. And this is one of the big problems we've got with the way government try to tackle disease. They're simply not into the prevention ethic. Australian home births may have to be secret. There's new legislation coming in requiring all midwives to carry insurance, which is going to drive the whole Australian home birth situation underground, which is a real shame, because one of the great things in Britain is that we have state-sponsored home birth programs. In fact, Samantha and I went through one of those with little Anna, so that's a shame. We've also got information with Vivian's excellent book, Wellness Our Birthright. For any of you who are pregnant and want to do it the natural way, go ahead and pick up a copy of her book. In Australia, there are still areas where you can have home births, and it's not as dangerous as everybody's painting it out to be. And one of the great things about home births is you get to do it nature's way, and it's not all code blue and flashing lights and hospitals and all the rest of it. 42% of Korean public servants die of overwork. They die of stress-related diseases, 42% of them. That's amazing. It says here, government offices will have lounge with beds along with exercise facilities, a move aimed at preventing fatalities from stress and exhaustion. And this is very common throughout Asia. So Credence is in the process of making moves into Asia right now, so we're starting to get into the whole culture. They're very hard working, and of course this has a massive downside when it comes to the amount of stress. Lastly, Dr. Joseph McCullough has produced a rather interesting, or published a very interesting vaccine form you can give to your paediatricians. If you're being pressed to get your children vaccinated, get them signing this. It's not just a cynical move, it's designed to actually educate the physician on the real problems, because most physicians or paediatricians don't know the other side of the story. So they're brainwashed by everything that's coming out through their peer review group, and they're not seeing on the street level what I'm seeing. This can be traced back in many cases to just after the child was vaccinated. On the European Union side, it says here the European Union will have to surrender to survive. This is an article that really points out how the European Union has hamstrung itself, especially in the current economic climate, because it's put a one-size-fits-all on all the interest rates and economic models around the Union. And so countries like Greece, Italy, Ireland are having major problems because they cannot adjust their own interest rates. The Taxpayers Alliance says that each Briton is having to fork out £2,000 a year simply to be a member of the European Union. That's what you're paying to be a member of this corrupt club. And lastly, my favourite whipping post at the moment, global warming, or should I say climate change. Stupid expression, climate change. Says here, global warming activists stormed Washington for what was billed as the nation's largest act of civil disobedience to fight climate change, only to see the city almost shut down by a major winter storm. And indeed, throughout the Midwest also they're having some pretty severe weather. So it's hard to try to persuade people to look at the science with this. And there's an awful lot of people out there paying mortgages now on this scam, in just the same way in the 1980s we saw with AIDS. And AIDS, during the course of its baleful career, generated somewhere in the region of about $136 billion. So that's it. Healing in the Home Australian tour. We've got a few more dates left. We've got Brisbane, which is occurring on this coming Sunday, and that's at the Mercure Hotel between 2 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Then we're off to Lismore, Coffs Harbour, Port Macquarie, Sydney, Canberra, Shepparton, Bendigo and Melbourne. So I hope you can join us there. And we will be doing online presentations, so we'll let you know more about that when the time comes. For those of you who've already signed up for the special, for the Simple Changes presentation, you've already seen that. I'm told here we have a special offer for you. We have a half-price Simple Changes book and a free double CD of my new Healing in the Home talk, which will be available to you if you purchase £25 or more through the seminar site. And we're going to actually email the seminar store site to you. This is not available through the main Credence online stores. So we know who signed up and registered for the Simple Changes talk. We will send you that link. So this is a chance to get a lot of information right off the bat. That's it, and we'll catch up with you next month.